hello once again. Last video was very eventful. As such, I'm going to load back. And this time, I'm going to teach you how to equip dwarves so they don't punch something to death. Because punching something to death is hugely inefficient. I think the main thing I did was I kind of rushed to go and save my mason. I thought he was going to die, but one thing I overlooked is the fact that a giant orb is very slow. So, a little bit more in depth in military. Well, not really in depth. It's just one of the many menus that they have. So we're going to go ahead, press M. And now that we've highlighted our squad, we're going to go to E. Okay, so we can see they don't have any uniform. Generally, if you do set... Oh, that's one thing I overlooked, goddamn. When you first choose to make a squad, it asks what kind of uniform you'd like. Metal, leather, or archer. And basically what metal will do... I wish I could show you, but I can't right now. Actually, I can. Okay, I'm going to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and disband the squad, remake it, and this time we're going to make it with metal armor, okay? Again, with the same militia commander and the same dwarf. So as you can see in equip now, there's a different... This was empty before. This basically means they'll go and automatically pick up metal armor and an individual choice of melee weapon. But one thing you can do is you can individually set separate pieces of items to people. So I'm just going to go leave it on metal. It doesn't really matter. There's no reason for me to choose for them not to, but I'm going to go ahead and press enter and I can remove something. And then I'm going to press shift W so I can get weapon, or I can give them a boot or whatever, a specific kind of boot. So I'm going to go for a specific weapon, and then, as you can see here, I have actual stuff. These tower cap spears, I believe those are from the rat civilization. So obviously I can't pick them up. But one thing I can do is I can at least get a copper battle axe. I'm not sure why I'm going to let the game run, by the way. Why my carpenter has not picked them up. It's kind of strange. Okay, looks like he is going to come in the forest now. But that's not something huge to worry about. But now that I do have a copper battle axe, I'll be a lot better off. If you can kind of sever limbs and stuff, you stand a lot better chance. So here he is again. Oh my god. Okay, he hasn't injured the mason, he's okay. But I've sent my military once again down here. So there he is. There's a military's man, and again he has nothing, but my other guy does have a copper spear, so he can do a fair amount of damage to this now. There's a blood splatter of see now there's blood everywhere straight away. It's not like a case where, you know, it takes a long time. Yeah, and the copper battle axe is actually stuck in the giant orb now. That's pretty cool. But as you can see, oh my god, he's so screwed up. That killed so much faster. This is why you don't fight things with your fists. It's always a bad idea. So I'm going to go ahead and reclaim this. This was actually forbidden. Yeah, I'm going to mention this. I think I mentioned it before, but the spoils of war they'll be forbidden straight away because it's stupid otherwise. Because say for example, goblins come you kill a couple of goblins. If it's not automatically forbidden, then dwarves will run out and go and pick it up. That's a bad thing. But now that I'm done with that, I can quite happily disband my military. M and then D. So now they'll go back to their usual jobs. I didn't go very in depth with military at all there, but that is a rough little bit on basically how you stop something from killing you. So you can actually fight back rather than, just die, because just dying is not great. Okay, is that actually in the right place? No, it's not. Okay. Oh, I need to remove this first. Actually, I can designate this as a downward staircase because, it's in a wall. I'm sure my concept of either designating something out of wall or building a staircase should be pretty clear on people by now, but I can understand how there'd be some confusion. And once again, we do have a little bit of extra materials. I actually have no idea how that Olm got in. Oh, I believe it got through this wall, which is now secure. But Olms aren't building destroyers, so mainly that came down to the fact that I didn't actually have a finished wall right then, but it is finished now. But right now we're going to go ahead and make floors all around here, just so we can put down an extra layer of wall, and maybe an extra layer of wall. Again, I can make I could have made this up down and then made this. That would have been a lot better. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. Build construction. I'm going to go ahead and make an up down. I think, yeah, I can make on top of that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and designate this up down, and designate this down. And that's fine, so I can make walls all along there, and then this will be a very, very safe area, unless there's flying building destroyers, which is something very unique, and I believe it's something unique to a Forgotten Beast. Forgotten Beasts are something that, obviously this sounds scary, I'll go about them, I'm not sure I've talked about them, but they're randomly generated monsters. They can have properties of anything, there could be a big glob of vomit, there can be anything. Just checking the combat there. But yeah, they're very unique. So, you know, you can have a flying ball of vomit that can destroy buildings, or the worst types, some of the worst types are things that are on fire and they emit fire. Those are bad Forgotten Beasts. Forgotten Beasts are kind of a mixed bag though. Some Forgotten Beasts are really big pushovers, like ones made of vomit. You know, a medical officer comes upon it, he punches it, and it just, yeah. That's why I said, yeah, he was going to die to infection anyways. In fact, Udib was pretty worthless. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to bury stuff. Otherwise, ghosts come back. I'm saying a lot, but there's two things you can do. First of all, you can either make a coffin or you can make a memorial slab to stop them from coming back. You can make a memorial slab in a condition where, say, you know, he dies inside of a lake. You know, you can't really drain the lake out and get his body to bury it because, you know, putting a body in a coffin, you've got to physically get the body. But you can quite easily make a memorial slab. And to do that, I believe, first of all, you need to get a mason, and then you want to make a slab. And then from there, in a craft dwarf, once that's done, you can engrave a memorial slab, and then whoever's dead, you can choose to engrave it with. So the craft dwarf will then get the slab, and you engrave him with that. Otherwise, he will come back from the dead, and he will be a ghost. Oh, crap! Okay, I just accidentally designated that to be removed, so I need to go ahead and add everything again. But yeah, ghosts are quite a nuisance. There's a lot of different kinds of ghosts. They can, you know, some can just haunt you, some can be annoying, some can make you dwarf sad. But on the other hand, some can kill people, some can scare dwarves to death. But either way, they're never a good thing. Quite an interesting experience. And yeah, now that Udib's dead, obviously the people who embarked with him aren't, you know, they're a bit saddened. You know, a loss of not really a friend, but a passing acquaintance. It's kind of unsettled them, made them a bit less happy. So that's not good, my dwarves, but hopefully they'll become a little bit happier soon. But now we're going to go ahead and make my lovely burial chamber. So thinking where I should make a burial chamber, I'm going to go ahead and make it in a stone area. Because one thing that's required later on is having, I'm going to make it here, yeah, is having tombs for some dwarves. Some nobles request tombs, which basically means you've got to have, there's a certain standard. You've got to be able to engrave. You've got to put nice stuff in there, so they're happy with it. It's like, you know, meeting anything for a noble. You know, this guy needs a meager office. You know, he's got to get, otherwise he's not going to be very happy. But we're going to go ahead and make 4 there. I can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coffins in each of these rooms. And you know, you can also bury pets in here. You've got to remember, pets are also friends. You can't overlook them. If pets aren't buried, you know, they're not going to be very happy. I'm going to go ahead and remove the stone from here. And anywhere else? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and remove it there. I've also got some fishies in here as well. There is actually fishing in the game. It's another source of food. It's hugely automated though, so it's not something I really need to go into depth in. But we'll probably will get a couple of fisher dwarves. You do quite commonly get them, so I'd expect them to come in our next wave. And as you can see, the game just froze, and that's because of water. It's all just unfroze, and now it's acting as normal again. So everywhere's getting flooded here. Yeah. Well, there's not much we can do about that. That's gonna, like I said, it will evaporate. Meanwhile, my everything will be pushed by this water. You know, we've got stuff from the quantum stockpile being moved here, and somebody could be injured. That's actually blood in the water. You know, some of these dwarves can bang their heads, their poor little heads, and that's not good. But I believe that's just blood washing from my military here. Well, it's not my military, my miners rather, my ex-military. Okay, so how's our, where was it again? Was it down here? Yes, it was. So it looks like, okay, so how does this go? Yeah, it's fine for our little graveyard area. You know, you can make it any way you want. You can make anything any way you want, whatever's comfortable with you. But I generally make my fortress the same kind of thing. You know, how I have this whole, have little stockpiles, I have a big stockpile room, I have a meeting hall, you know, farm, food, hospital kind of varies in place. But yeah, you can make your forest however you want. You don't have to replicate me. There's no reason why you should have to at all. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and cut down some more trees, because we are actually, in fact, running out of trees. One thing to be noted here, though, is our lovely river is draining, which is good. Actually, this wasn't intentional, but one very good thing that happened that I didn't really think about is the fact that if this part of the river drained and my well was here, this would serve no purpose, because, you know, there wouldn't be a constant flow of river, water here. But this is in fact the way up the river, so that's fine. So that well's going to stay fine, but this area will dry out, so I won't be able to irrigate the ground. But I'm going to go ahead, well, no, you already know the concept of how I irrigate ground, and it's a very safe way. I'm not going to bother showing it. I think I've explained it in enough detail for anybody that wants to do it, because I don't want to get more water in, because it also leaves dustings of mud, which is what used to irrigate ground, by the way. Dustings of mud irrigate stuff like stone. I didn't mention it in an earlier part, but that's not needed right now. And it won't be needed because we don't actually have any stone in our places. But going back down here, let's see what we have. Do we have any nasties waiting for us down here again? Okay, so it looks like the rodent people are still kind of just chilling out around here. I'm not quite sure where they are, but it's not really somewhere very safe to go down. The lower you go in a cavern layer, the more dangerous it is. You know, the first cavern layer, it's okay. It can have some dangerous stuff. Obviously it does, because it killed some of my dwarves in a more... when they're unarmed, when I'm less prepared. It's by no means safe, but it is something you can kind of go into a bit earlier. As long as you, like, I'm choosing the terraformer like this, you can still mine into a cave and then just make sure you wall it off properly. Chances are you won't get a big swarm of flying things to come kill you. But it is one of the many threats of the forest. But it doesn't look like I'm actually going to get my migrants anytime soon. For some reason, I would expect them very, very soon though. Like 5 seconds from now, it should be coming. But I'm just going to go ahead and make sure all my murky pools are covered up, so no more water will be plaguing me. What's that right now? That's just silkworm. So that's all fine. We're doing all great in this, and I'm half tempted to cut. I think I will cut until the migrants come. Either way, we're starting to reach the end of the video. This lesson, you have learned how to equip dwarves to be able to, in a more desperate situation, to have some kind of primitive defense force to stop, you know, if you want to go into the first cavern layer without a fully fledged, full working military, you know, you can still do that. Although it does obviously bring its own dangers as well as its own benefits. You know, I could have found iron, I could have found coal, lots of lovely stuff. But if you have any questions, feel free to put in the comment section below, and I will be more than happy to help. And oh my god, giant bats are killing things. Giant bats are flying monsters, but I'm going to deal with that next video. Thank you for watching.